times I've gone over this with the Bears, and I don't want to just bash on the Bears because I like them, and I'm coming off like I don't. But I like them. I foresee bad things. And I was starting to come around and be like, you know what, maybe they're going to come out because everybody's writing them off. Maybe they're going to come out and play some inspired football this year. But now with your starting running back getting released, you got to kind of scramble to fill that spot and put some guys in there you didn't think you were going to have to put in there. Who knows what's going to happen?
I mean, I don't really think it's a big loss.
Marcus Robinson retired.
You know.
he like comes back to Chicago and abruptly retires. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Bears. Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's stay NFL.
All right.
But let's move from the Bears. Michael Strahan has announced he will, after 15 seasons, retire as a New York Giant.
What a long road it's been, too.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I mean, 15 seasons is a long time to play a D-line in the NFL. I mean, that's
amazingly long.
Every snap is a collision for you. I mean, so, you know, we heard on the way in, we were listening to ESPN radio on the way in, and the guy in there, it was probably John Kincaid. He's such an idiot. He was trying to figure out, well, is Michael Strahan a Hall of Famer? What do you think? You think he is? Call in. Tell me why. I mean, he spent like an hour on Michael Strahan and whether or not he's a Hall of Famer. And to me, it's a no-brainer. He's in there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's in there. He's in there if anybody's in there. I mean, 15 years at D-line. He's like seven-time Pro Bowler. Something ridiculous. I'm pulling these off. I'll pull up the story right here. Let's see. 15 years. I'll get his actual numbers. And apparently he turned down a $4 million salary. They were going to pay him $4 million this year, plus kick in an extra $1 million if he got like 6 sacks. But apparently money was not the issue. Somebody said his agent said money was never the issue. But other reports have said that he was wanting a deal more like Jason Taylor's big deal, that he got like $8 million a year or something goofy like that. Okay, here we go. He's Giants' career sacks leader, 141 and a half sacks, which is more than Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
And okay, but that doesn't include. All right, but that doesn't include. They didn't start recording sacks until Taylor's second year, I guess, and he had 9.5 his rookie season. So they're a wash. They're about a wash. Let's see. He set a single season mark, 22 and a half sacks in 2001. Eek. That's amazing. Yeah, no, he's Hall of Famer. He's Hall of Famer. I mean, easily. He rarely missed time due to injury.
Captain.
Yeah, he's captain, Pro Bowler.
Led the defense.
He had like 9 or 10 sacks last season even. I mean...
Yeah, he had quite a few.
So, you know, the game will miss Michael Strahan. He was a good character. You know what I mean? He was one of the only recognizable defensive linemen ever. I mean, there's not really many D linemen that you would know walking down the street, but you'd see the gap in his mouth miles away.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd hear the wind whistling through that gap all the way down the block.
Oh.
Michael Strahan is a defensive lineman you can point out in a crowd. I mean, that's very rare. I mean, let's think about that. There's Warren Sapp, Reggie White. I mean, who are some defensive linemen you can actually... William Perry. Yeah, Refrigerator Perry. But that was more just because of his gimmick than it was his ability as a player. You know, not that he was a bad player or anything, but there's a million Refrigerator Perrys. It's just that his nickname was the Refrigerator, and the Bears lined him up as a fullback every now and then. And everyone knew it was coming, but it didn't matter. But, you know, like I said, you can count on one hand the amount of defensive linemen you can actually picture. I know of a lot of them, but I don't know what they look like with their helmets off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what Usi Umenyor looks like without his helmet. I can't think off the top of my head. I just can't. Julius Peppers. I got that a little bit because I had him on my Madden team. So, but so I saw his little picture in there quite a bit. But still, that's what I'm saying. These guys aren't recognizable. Michael Strahan is not only a recognizable D lineman, he's one of the most recognizable faces in football.
Worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, just in football. So, to me, it's a no-brainer. You can look at his numbers all day long, but I said this to you before we even came in. I said it's not the Hall of Numbers, it's not the Hall of Stats, it is the Hall of Fame. If it were anything else, they should call it something else. I don't think we should factor in a guy's career's, like numbers as the sole reason they get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Michael Strahan's incredibly famous, belongs in the Football Hall of Fame. That easy.
And in the way that he did it, I would agree with you. Somebody who was just really popular because they, got into a lot of fights on the field or something like that, and then finished out their career with mediocre numbers, I don't know that I would suggest they go in.
No, absolutely not. But Strahan should go.
Definitely.
He should go. And he goes out on top. He, wins the Super Bowl finally for the first time in his career. And in his last season, he belongs there. It's not even a question. Not even a question. Let's just take a quick break, and by quick I mean literally like a minute and a half, and we will come right back. Athletic supporters, disasterradio.net. Don't you dare move.
Don't move.
Welcome to the disaster.